This is a continuation of the last video where we looked at plants and animal cells, and this time we're going to look at the different organelles that you find in the plants. Organelles are little organs, so they're things like mitochondria, chloroplast, nucleus, and things like that. And you do need to know the functions of these things, and in some cases what they look like. So the nucleus, oops, right, okay, contains genetic material, okay, and that's in the form of DNA, and we'll look at what that is in more detail when we look at cell division, and it controls cell activities. Okay, that's quite easy, isn't it? Cytoplasm, oops, got it right. That's a jelly-like substance. And it's the site of chemical reactions. Lots of chemical reactions going on in your cells all the time, and most of them happen in the cytoplasm. Okay, cell membrane. You don't need to know the structure of the cell membrane at all. It's just a very thin layer, and it controls the movement of substances in and out of the cell. That's quite easy, isn't it? Then you have mitochondria. All eukaryotic cells have mitochondria. Singular is mitochondrion, and they're just little bodies, and they are the site of respiration. Okay, site of respiration, where chemical energy is converted into a smaller type of chemical energy, and carbon dioxide, well, it's glucose, ends up as carbon dioxide and water when it's combined with oxygen. So that's the site of respiration. Ribosomes. Okay, these are little tiny specks, and they're the site of protein synthesis. That's easy, isn't it? Okay, those are in all cells. Now, we talked about plant cells having a couple of extra bits and pieces. So you've got your cellulose cell wall. When we look at diffusion, you'll find out why, you'll find out why it's neat, one of the other main reasons of it, but it just gives the cell strength and also support. Strengthens and supports the cell. You've got a vacuole, and that contains cell sap. It's also important when it comes to osmosis, but you don't need to worry about that. They're permanent. Okay, I ought to put in brackets, they're actually permanent, because that's quite important too. So permanent. Okay, and then the last thing that you need to know about are chloroplasts. They are green. They're what makes plants green. Wouldn't be great if we had chloroplasts. We'd be able to generate our own energy for running around. So they are green, contain green chlorophyll, and it's the site of photosynthesis. So really, really important you know what all these different bits do. To say, one lot's plants, one lot's the top part is plants and animal cells. The bottom part is just plant cells. We would look very funny if we had cellulose. We wouldn't be able to move. Okay, it'd be more serious than an exoskeleton.